Happy Saturday. I'm feeling like a human. I am back. And I had previously discussed before I hit record that the next 2 weeks I do have to work on Saturday. So what I'm thinking I'll do is anytime that comes up, we'll just swap it to Sunday. If you can hop on, you can hop on. Otherwise, it'll always be recorded and posted to my YouTube. But I want to make sure that there's no confusion, there's no missteps, and that we do this every single week, because I know for me, last week after I was dying, I had the COVID, if you will. So I wasn't really dying, but that my whole week this last week, I felt like I was just winging it, and I didn't like that at all. And I want to make sure that I put you guys in a good position where you feel like you're prepared with your business and doing all the things. So the first thing I want to talk about is like how we tend to like overthink doing business on social media. It's really easy for us to do that. We think we want to have the perfection. So then we get into sometimes perfection paralysis, if you will, and then end up either not posting at all or just throwing something up and hoping that it sticks. And I pulled some tips that kind of and it's a good comparison of like if you were to have a standardized business that wasn't being promoted on social media, but rather you had like a physical business. 3 things typically need to happen in like a physical business, and I want to relate that to your Instagram business as well, or your Facebook or social media. So in a regular business, like a brick and mortar, whatever you want to call it, where it's like a physical building that people have to enter, the first thing is a human must enter the store, right? If they don't come in the store, they're not going to buy your stuff. Like, take the whole shopping online thing out of the equation. Just think of like a physical store. People have to physically walk in. The second thing is that the person must find a product that they like and trust that the staff that's working there is knowledgeable enough, is actually taking a genuine interest in enough to take what their recommendations are for what they are. So if you think of like a specialized store, so like, let's say, I don't know, like you walk into one of those like mall stores and they have just lotions and candles or whatever. I'm just trying to give an example. And you have no idea what you're looking for. Is it better when the person like comes up to you right away and like bombards you, or where they're like allowing you to kind of peruse and browse for a little bit, and then like slowly they're like, hi, we're here if you need help. What kind of stuff are you looking for? I think you got to think of that mentality, and I'm going to relate it to doing business on social media too. But I think the second is the better, like not just jumping on somebody the second they walk in the door, but allowing them to like browse and peruse and like gain the trust of the people and the staff, that they're not just there to like sell them stuff they don't need. And then the person must actually take the item and go to the register and purchase them, right? That's how a transaction works in a typical business. So how does that translate to doing business on social media? Your feed, especially if you're thinking about Instagram, your feed is what gets them into the store. So maybe a post that you use with a hashtag brings them into your feed. Maybe one of your reels brings them into your feed, but your feed is like them stepping into your store. The stories is where you start to build trust with people by showing who you are on a daily basis, talking to your audience member, not saying you guys, but really narrowing it down to like a one-on-one conversation, like you're talking to one person. That is how you build trust, because you're showing like interests that you might have with other people. You're kind of giving them a glimpse into your life. You're talking to them. Maybe you're providing them some value in your stories too, with like tidbits and ideas and things that you do throughout the week or whatever. And then you're also talking about your products, and you're sharing the products that you use on a daily basis. So that's how you're building the trust. And then Messenger is like them going to the register. So in order for you to build that connection with them one-on-one, a message has to be sent. You're not going to sell somebody in the comments section. That's why, like, anytime people will comment like that they're interested in something, you obviously want to bring them into your messenger so that you can have a more one-on-one conversation, so that they're able to open up and trust you a little bit more, and you're able to ask them some more probing questions about what they're looking for and that sort of thing. If you're just hoping that like your posts are gonna build the trust, and you're not ever talking in your stories, and you're not ever like doing like a live video or anything like that, allowing the opportunity for people to actually hear your voice, you're not going to build that trust enough for them to actually come to your register. So when we're doing these things, you got to think like the feed, the posts that I'm creating, that's just to get them into the door. The stories is where I built the trust through sharing my life, through sharing the things that I'm doing, through taking a genuine interest in my people by asking them polls and questions, and that sort of thing. And then the register, bringing them to the register in the messenger and building a relationship with them one-on-one inside your messenger. So that's kind of how it relates to like a standard store, doing it on social media. I think where a lot of people go wrong is they will post in their stories like just a picture of their capsules without ever like talking in their stories, without ever sharing other things that are outside of Thrive, without ever just giving the opportunity for people to see like what you're doing throughout the day. And maybe you're just like throwing your capsules up in the morning, a couple quotes throughout the day, and then that's all you do in your stories. People, that's how they get to know you, is through your stories. I'm constantly trying to post in my stories. Either I'm talking through like stuff that I'm going through, I'm sharing maybe workouts I'm doing, I'm sharing like meal ideas that I'm doing, talking about struggles I have, doing funny things. Like yesterday I shared like my daughter is starting to read, so I just shared a clip of that. So like people that have other kids can relate to me. They're like, oh, she's a mom. Or if you're sharing like I'm doing this business Zoom with my friends, they can say like, oh, she's a business owner. Oh, she's working out, she's doing all these things. Like that's why your stories are so crucial. And I feel like that a lot of people are missing the mark with that. More people probably will go through and watch stories than they will just like scroll the feed nowadays, because they're wanting that quick, short attention span, just wanting to have it. That's why the videos are so important too, with like reels and stuff like that, because short attention span, right? So I kind of wanted to provide that first. Where's my face? Oh, there I am. I wanted to provide that first, and hopefully that kind of gives you an understanding. So if you're not talking in your stories, that could be the missing link for you. If all you're doing is just posting your capsules every day, or all you're doing is just posting your patch every day in your stories, that could be the bridge that you are missing to really connect with other people. So I know it's scary sometimes to talk in there. I get it. And you're like, what do I say? But if you're not allowing people to actually hear your voice, you're not really all that human to them, because that's the human element that's being brought in, is through you actually vocalizing and using words and connecting with people that way. So that being said, we're going to go into our week and go by day by day. So starting with Monday is the 31st. It's the last day of the month. This is the last day that people can utilize credits, the free credit promo for new customers. So post about that right away in the morning if you can. So there's a couple different ways that you can do this. You can either highlight a specific product. If you're like, I don't have time to like, you don't have time at that point, like you have a day. So you can either post about a specific product, get really specific. Maybe that's balance, maybe that's whatever. It's a nice way to just boost your volume at the end of the month. And that sort of thing. Because obviously with the credits applied, your paycheck's not going to grow super high if you just do the balance or sculpt or like whatever you choose. So the goal there is for you to just close out volume at that point. It'd be reaching out to people that you've maybe sent out samples to that haven't created free accounts yet, people that have been interested in the past. Like that's the sort of thing you want to do. So make sure that you're posting about the credits right away in the morning, because if you're doing it at night, it's too late. People will not see your stuff. Instagram, We're going to inspire with a quote. In your stories, talk about the credits. Talk about the credits right away in the beginning of the day, so that allows the full day of full exposure for people to get into your stories. So this can be like, I have a free gift card that you can use on anything you want. It's $25. Some things might be free, some things might be $5, like whatever, but allowing them to see that you have a free gift card for people that if they just create an account that they can use today. Make sure you're talking about that. And you can also show, after you're speaking, slides of different products that you have and what they're for, and the price with the applied gift card. So that's the way that I do it. Or you can post on, when you're posting on Facebook, you can say something like, I have a free gift card for anyone that wants to use it. Must be used today. You can get some stuff for free, or you can get some stuff at a super discount. So Tuesday, it's the first day of the month, but it's also payday for us. And as we know, it's almost tax season. So I think bringing those things together. So like maybe you've been in this business for a while and you're at the point now where you don't necessarily even get a tax return. Talk about the relief that brings to you, that you're not just relying on tax season to have like income so that you can actually do things, because that is the reality for so many people. And if you're on the other side of the spectrum, talk about how using that money as an investment for your future to build something like a business that's online, because that's what a lot of people are doing, so that you're not actually having to physically go take another job. Something that brings together the tax season and the business. So whether that's you're talking about your own personal story and how you're no longer needing to rely on the taxes, or utilizing that as an investment in your future for your family, for yourself, so that you're not in that position anymore. Instagram, we're going to do a carousel with teaching. So this can be anything that is within your niche. So you can teach something. A carousel is slides. I do have a YouTube video about that, so feel free to watch that if you need some more clarification. But a carousel is just multiple slides within Instagram. So like the equivalent of sharing a bunch of pictures on Facebook, except for people can just swipe through them, and you can either just write words, you can put slides of graphics, like whatever you want. If you want to do just pictures, that's totally fine too. If you're teaching a recipe, you can show different stages of the recipe. If you're doing workouts, you can do different stages of the workouts. If you're talking about recovery, different stages of recovery, like so many different ways that you can utilize that. In your stories for Tuesday, business unfold. So what a business unfold is, and I've explained this before, but I can touch on that again, is where you're talking about the business in a series of slides in your stories that unfolds. So like it starts with a paragraph, and then you add another paragraph on the next slide, and then you add another paragraph on the next slide. And you can talk about, you can take a previous business post that you've done. If you don't have a ton of time and you're not feeling super creative, take a business post that you've previously done and break it up into chunks and put it into a story. Like, why recreate things? Just repurpose them, because sometimes that's what we have to do. We're not always in the creative mind where we can just figure out these posts to write. It's okay to recycle old stuff, you guys. It really is. So taking a previous post, or if you see somebody else's post that you like, please repurpose it so that it sounds like you, and don't just steal from other people, but feel free to utilize the same structure and then infuse your own story into it and utilize that as an unfold story. So then you would just copy a portion of the paragraph, paste, copy, paste, and save it all. So then when people are reading, they're reading slide by slide. So business unfold in stories on Tuesday. Wednesday is free credits day. Yay. So Facebook, talk about how you get free products. So, and how your customers can get free products. Maybe you do a live about it. Maybe you post a picture of yourself with your free products credits that you got, and talk about that you have them to share with people and to utilize for yourself. There are multiple ways that you can do this, but talk about how not only do you get your products for free in this business, but how your customers can do the same thing. Yeah, same. A lot of stuff for my memories, because that definitely helps out. I'm like, ooh, that's a good idea. And I'll just like switch it up or something like that. Instagram or Facebook, if you have the capability. I still do not. And I'm salty about it. We're going to do a reel. So Instagram reel, you can also do this as your second post for Facebook. So anytime I say an Instagram post, you can utilize that Instagram post as your second post on Facebook. Because I will typically I try to do a post in the morning and a post in the evening. So stories, show people how they can thrive for free. So I know that somebody had a graphic that was like how to thrive for free. And there's like little picture bubbles that you can put in, like you plus a friend, or you plus 2 friends equals free product or whatever. So I can try to find that template and post that in the Dream Team page and the other various team pages. So you can use that in your stories to explain like how it is that people can get free product. Or if you are thriving for free next month, take a screenshot of a bunch of stuff in your cart and then apply your credits. You don't have to purchase right now, and just screenshot that the total is 0 and all you have to pay is shipping, and show that, because sometimes people like they need either the proof or they need to see some sort of visual so they really understand that it's for free. So do that in your stories, either the cart with the credits applied, or if you're not thriving for free and you don't have any credits, show how people can thrive for free, because that's an important aspect. Like, I don't know. I've thrived for free since I've been in this business. It's, oh my gosh, it'll be 4 years in May. But that is like my favorite thing, is that I can just put a bunch of stuff in my cart and hit apply credits, and all I have to pay is like $14 for shipping. It's insane. And a lot of people are thinking like either it's too expensive or they're willing to make that initial investment, but they don't see how it's going to be possible in the future. Or you're also appealing to people that might be in other businesses that are constantly paying for their products, and they feel like they're never getting ahead in their business because they're just purchasing products all the time. So all their paychecks that they're potentially earning from their business is just going right back into inventory. And talking about how not only do you have the ability to get your own personal products that you use for free, but you also have the ability to share them with people. So that's super cool. Thursday, let's do a Throwback Thursday. I haven't done one of those in a really long time. And I think instead of like Transformation Tuesday, it's sometimes fun to do like a Throwback Thursday. So this can be a picture of you, what you look like before Thrive and after Thrive. You can utilize a friend of yours if you don't have like a transformation, or maybe you're new to this business. So maybe you haven't really developed a transformation yet. Or you can just even talk about, it might not even be a physical aspect of Thrive, but like talk about Throwback Thursday to when I used to be super tired all the time in the mornings, and it's a picture of your capsule in the mornings. Because obviously I know that not everyone has a physical transformation, and not everyone is looking for a physical transformation. Sometimes they're looking for a mental one. Sometimes they're looking for just a day-to-day transformation in how they operate throughout their day. So highlighting those sort of things too, I think is really important. So Throwback Thursday, Instagram, I have the same. Just do the same for a Throwback Thursday. Stories on Thursday. If I'm talking too fast, just write slow in the chat. And I can revisit any of these if you didn't get a chance to write everything down. So where are we? Oh yeah, Thursday, stories, talk or show slides with all 3 steps. So maybe that's you just explaining. So I know I post about these products that I use every morning. I want to walk you through all 3 steps that I use and why I use them. And you can talk. Or you can use slides, which is an easy way for people to just read through stuff sometimes. So like one slide might be, these are the capsules, and you kind of give a little blurb about why the capsules are so crucial. You show the shake, show why that's important, show the patch, show that that's important. And of course, there is a reason behind my madness as to why we're talking about all 3 steps, and that's going to go into Friday. So they have all day Thursday to consume. People have all day Thursday to consume about the products. And then on Friday, we'll get into Friday next, and then on Friday, it all kind of pieces together. So talk or show your all 3 steps. There are so many pictures in the albums on the Dream Team page that you can borrow and make your own if you do not have product on hand. I always say this because I know that's a legitimate excuse that people will use, is that, well, I don't have products, so how do I show the products? Because I can't afford them. If you want it bad enough, you will figure out a way. And that means sometimes you have to borrow pictures for a little bit until you can gain enough interest for where you're thriving for free. So the next month that you can actually get your product, or you save up money or whatever. Like, if you truly want this business to work, you have to be willing to think outside the box and do things that are outside of your excuses. So Friday, Facebook, freebie Friday or sample Friday, like choose whatever you want. So if you want to do a freebie Friday, you can choose like one plus line item that has a lot of different things, or a lot of like little ones that are inside of it. So I'm thinking like activate, heat, chill, anything that has like multiple packets, rest, like whatever. Say like I'm giving two days of sleep to a mom out there for free. And then the goal behind the freebie Friday is not only to get them to try one of the plus line products that might actually bring them in the door, but it also gives you the opportunity to gain some free accounts. So in order for them to enter for the freebie Friday, they would have to create a free account with you. Sample. You can do a simple sample post. Like, if I sent you 3 days of Thrive, would you take it and give me your honest feedback? And then when you send them a message, say, right, usually I send them out for this much. This is how much I'm sending them out for right now. And when you fall in love with the products, I'll provide that back to you towards your order. But I would just love your feedback or whatever. Or you can show a picture of all your products spread out, and you can talk about like winter survival packs, because we all know like some people struggle in the winter with mental, with energy, with all the things. So feel free to name it something fun. Show like a cute little package, how you pack it up. Be creative. There are so many different ways. And again, there is somebody in your upline. If you do not have product on hand, there is someone within your upline that will send out a sample for you. Do not be afraid to charge for them. And I see this all the time where people are like, the second I tell them that it costs money, they're just not interested. Then they're not going to be interested in purchasing from you. I make it super simple. I say, let me know kind of what you're looking for so that I can customize this pack for you. And then it's only $15 to cover the shipping, or it's only $20 to cover the product and the shipping. I say only. And if they want it, they'll pay it. It's $20 is not a lot. $15 is not a lot. If people are giving you that smokescreen objection, they're probably not going to invest in a full month of product. Just saying. So you're saving yourself hassle. There are people out there that are just looking for free stuff and that aren't willing to actually ever buy anything. Like, those aren't the type of people that you want in your business anyways. I'm just saying. Now, are there exceptions where I've done giveaways and given away a free 3 steps and they came on my team? Yeah, that's actually happened quite a few times, but it's an exception. It's not the rule. I don't just give out samples for free all the time. If I know them on a personal relationship and I know like this is a type of person that I know will follow through and purchase when they like the products, I might give a free sample. My boss at my new job, she saw the sticker on the back of my car and she's like, hey, I've been wanting to try that. Brought her a 3-day sample for free. Now she's a purchasing customer every single month. So there are exceptions to the rule, but if you're constantly doling out product for free, you're not making money. Your business isn't going to grow. Those people probably don't even have any intention of buying, and it's just not good. So like, put value on your product, put a price on your product, and $20 is not a lot. Okay. It's not. So, yeah, freebie Friday or sample. Friday on Instagram, do a reel. stories, show yourself packing up samples, show what's included in a sample, whatever that looks like, but like physically show it in your stories what's included in a sample. Saturday, Facebook, let's do like a lifestyle type post. So what a lifestyle post is it shows how the business is integrated into your life. So a lot of people might be interested in doing the business, but then they're thinking like, oh, this is going to consume so much time. I don't know if I have the time to do that. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know. Like they just have a lot of apprehension, right? So it's important for you to show the flexibility of the business. So maybe that is you with your laptop and your kids playing on the floor, or maybe that's you at a game with your laptop or a planner or something like that. Or it's, whatever that looks like, but showing that like you can do this in the nooks and crannies of your day. And it's not something that's going to be all consuming of your life, unless that's, of course, your goal is that this is your full-time thing. But a lot of people don't start with that reality where they just have all the time in the world. So it's important to show the lifestyle capability, that it's flexible. Another example of a lifestyle post might be like the things that you've been able to do because of the business. So maybe you've been able to travel and you're not somebody that's traveled before. So highlighting different trips that you've taken. We have a conference coming up in April. If you're not going, like figure out a way, because it not only allows you to step outside of your normal four walls and the people that you're surrounded with within your community that might not see the vision and that, might not understand what you're doing. It helps to bring you outside of that into a community of people that have a larger vision. And it's just so reinvigorating. Like I can't even describe it. I'm so pumped about this. I'm so excited. I've been to everyone that I've been able to go to, and I highly suggest that you go. So that maybe it's talking about your upcoming trip to Texas. You're excited to meet people you've never met. You're excited to actually just get out of the house because you're a mom that's stuck inside the house all the time. Like however that looks in your specific scenario, show that what you've been able to do because of the business, what you are going to do because of the business, or what you're currently doing because of the business. So I just kind of wanted to paint a couple different pictures for a lifestyle post. Instagram, let's go ahead and do the same thing. That's totally fine. So if you're somebody that your niche on Instagram is like, I don't know, let me think of an example. Like you help other busy moms create recipes, like show how that you're able to be a busy mom and also have your business or whatever. So same thing on Instagram. Stories. Let's do a poll series on stories. So this can be like a this or that thing. This can be like, what's your favorite thing to do in winter thing. This can be, I don't know, like you can search on Pinterest, like poll ideas in stories. You can search on Google. You can, just be creative, like ask people what they like to see, ask people what they prefer. It's just going to boost your stories and allow more people to come in. And then also I just have like a patch highlight. So like highlighting whatever patch you're wearing for the day or different ones that you have. So you might see me wearing this sticker. I kind of wanted to explain what other ones I have available in case you're interested. I'll send you one to try. So I have this one on the days where my kids are unruly and crazy and it helps keep me calm. I have this one when I know that I'm going to be tempted to eat all the things in the house or at a party or whatever. I have this one when I know that I'm going to need extra energy for the day. I have this one for when I'm feeling a little under the weather and it helps reboost my immune system. Like you can explain all the different types of patches, or you can talk about, like, I know I show my favorite patch, but I also wanted to show you the other ones that I have available. And then you have different slides that show the different ones. Because if I know, again, not everyone has all the patches at their disposal. Maybe you only have the standard, maybe you only have your preferred one on hand. But again, there is a way to do things if you're willing to step outside your excuses. So save some slides or pictures, steal some from Instagram from the Lavelle page. Steal some from the ones that are on the Dream Team albums. Like, figure out a way, please. And so you can talk about, like, I know I wear this one every day, but I wanted to show you what else we have available in case there's one of these things that you're relating to. And here's the cool thing about stories on Instagram now is that you can talk and then you can put a picture inside of your stories. Maybe I should show. I'm going to show because I just feel like some people need a visual. I'm now the host. Screen. Okay, let's get to Instagram. Story. Blah, 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 blah. So you can do that. I hope you guys can still hear me. I'm going to mute that. So if you go down and you click on this little box right here, boop, you can put stuff in while you're talking. So you can be explaining a patch and then show what the patch looks like in a picture. I do this for lots of different things all the time. Like if I'm talking about my own personal results, I will show my personal results and say, like, this is what it's done for me. This is what I looked like before, and this is what I look like now. So like people can get a visual and they're hearing your voice at the exact same time. So stop broadcast. Where's my face? There I am. So I thought that would be a good visual to see. Oh, I have to remake myself a host again. Perfect. Let me go through the chat and see if there's any questions because we are done. So you take a picture and then you add the video. Yes. So like you'll take the video and then before you like submit to your story, you add in the pictures. It's just like you adding in text or adding in a caption. Anytime that I'm doing talking, I try to add captions because you got to think of where people are at sometimes. One I've seen where people have said specifically, like, I'm deaf and I wish more people would put captions on things. So that's one thing to think about. But another thing to think about too is the reality is sometimes people are watching their stories while they're at work and they don't want to turn the volume up, but they want to watch the stories. So having the captions helps with that too. And I think it just brings people more engagement into your story too, because it's eye-catching. It brings them to their eye to the story. So yes, so you would add that on after the fact. Any questions? Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I only use Instagram to create my stories. I feel like it's just cleaner. And then I just share it to my Facebook. Yeah. Yeah, I use closed caption anytime if possible. Just because I want to be able to appeal to those people, and again, it just brings people in to engage. And sometimes I will like joke about the captions because when you say crap on Instagram and you put the captions on, it bleeps you out. It's super funny. So I'm like, I think that's hilarious, but you're welcome. Anything else? I think I'm going to take a picture for my stories. Feel free to take a picture for your own stories. I got a new planner from the dollar store for $6 and it's awesome. I really like it. Sometimes you just don't need to have, where's that one? There it is. Trying to get a good angle. There we go. Okay. Anything else? Any questions? Anything? La la la. Nothing. La la la. All right. Again, next Saturday, it will be actually on Sunday. So the Zoom will not be on Saturday. It will be Sunday, same time, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, 7 o'clock. What mountain? I don't freaking know. Time zones. Forgive me. But love you guys. Have a great rest of your Saturday, and I will see you next Sunday.